last couple of slides which you have seen was my house. Respected guests, our beloved president, and my dear friends of HMA. Let me start with my story. So the first story is which happened in my house. So as you can see, the water had entered my house. Now fortunately, my house was one of the last to have the water inside. So what happened was, most of the people which lives nearby house was actually stranded between their house as well as camp. So they didn't have much places to go. So we welcomed them. So since afternoon, we started welcoming the people in our house. And to my surprise, by evening there were around 40 people in my house. And then it was like a trigger, what else to do? And we have to give them the basic necessities, like water, food. So, and there was no time to think. So luckily I had this inflatable pool, which I had brought for my kids to play in the summer. So we took that inflatable pool, inflated it, and actually broke open the pipe which takes the rainwater to the ground and actually pumped into this pool. So we had this water. And then how about the food? So we took the gas cylinders from the nearby houses and arranged a small kitchen on our rooftop. And we went into all the nearby houses and tried to gather all the food which was not contaminated to whatever extent we could collect. Now we had these basic necessities, and to my surprise, now what I saw was all the housewives, they took their own responsibility and tried to plan for what they could do for the food. And the kids, they actually made friends of each other and tried to play over there with whatever facilities they had. These 8 people, they couldn't do much, so they started praying. And for these teenagers, they were the ones who were handling the public relationship. They were trying to get in touch with the collectorate. They were trying to get in touch with the other people who were on the safe side and trying to tell them that we are stuck here, we would need food, we would need water, etc. And we were stuck there for actually 4 days and 3 nights. And we did manage with whatever resources. The interesting thing was there was no complaint from anyone. And they all tried to do whatever they could do best to make those 4 days without complaint. And we were all happy after the 4 days when we were departing. So this is the first story. The second story is what happened in my village. So normally whenever we have this small floods, the people in the low-lying area used to take their shelter in the nearby school. So same way, this time, they took the shelter in the school, and it was around night. So they had their food, and they were about to take nap. And it was at this time, the Panchayat president came down, and he got a report from the collectorate that the water is going to rise for another 5 feet. And it is not safe to be in this, and you need to be moved to another nearby location. So it was 12 in the night, and he told I was fortunate enough to get a KSRTC bus from the Alua depot to help you guys move. Now guys, the thing was, it's 12 in the night, and there was no electricity there, and all the roads were filled with water. And this driver has never been to our place before, and he never known the roads. In fact, there was no roads. And from 12 in the night to 6 in the morning, there were around 1,200 people in that school. Trip by trip, the water was gushing inside the transport bus. But still, this driver, from 12 in the night to 6 in the morning, he made sure that the entire 1,200 people were safe into a nearby location. I give a hats off to this driver. Now I told these two, the moment of truth for me is, there is a natural leader in each and every one of us who could take responsibility and manage the situation with actually whatever the limited resources we have. And that is our strength. But the unhappy thing is, we always wait for the unnatural situation to basically come up for this natural leadership. So I would like to put a thought across to you all. If we had this natural leadership taken in our normal situation, how would our life be? How beautiful our life be? How beautiful our society will be? You all did your best, and hats off to the kids, because they did put their entire thing, whatever they had in their kitty, and they showed their responsibility. They showed their natural leadership within themselves. My pledge to you is, or my urge to you is, we should never stop this giving, not only when we have this unnatural situation, but we should keep giving every year. Maybe not at this quantity, but at least a small thing every year, so that everyone over here would be proud year after year to talk to this audience that we did this. And this would give a great mileage to your kids, because they will become a social leader in the future. I conclude, there is a natural leader inside you. Make it natural in the ordinary situations that it might come up. Thank you. God bless HMA.